Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Raw is War Stories here on the Points and Channel. My name is Jericho, and this is the case anytime WWE.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Joe.
So, we are going to discuss the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that at time of recording took place last night, and in doing so, I'm going to recreate one of the triple main event matches of Owens and Seth Rollins. I'll be playing as Kevin Owens because I like him better, and that way if I win, it's accurate to what happened. Okay, so we started the show. Well, actually, what are your general impressions of the show before we get started with the actual match breakdown?
I want to say better than I was expecting, but I was expecting a good show. So maybe not as good as I was expecting?
Yeah,
yes, like good and bad. I don't know.
There were times when I was really happy with it, and when it was better than I thought it was going to be. There were also times when it was really disappointing.
Yes,
things could be better.
Absolutely.
Much like all of Raw in 2016.
Raw is crap. What?
Yeah.
That's the name of the show. And crap zone.
Yeah. Talking crap.
Those are attitude era jokes.
Okay, so the first match, I agree with you that it had its moments, but on the whole, it was disappointing.
Well, the bell is rung and Kevin Owens is prancing and prowling, so
the first match was
neither one of these
Rusev versus Reigns for the US
That's
title.
Going to become clear right
Yes, that was the first match.
Well, folks,
and
no escape
on the main card. There was a six-man cruiserweight tag match on the pre-show that we skipped.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think, speaking of the cruiserweights, I guess we'll get more into this when they have their match later on. But I think one big problem they're having is the same as when they first started the Women's Revolution. Is we're expected to care about all these people now that we've never seen before, and the fans just don't know who they are. Not everybody watches the cruiserweight class. Even us, who are fans, who really watch all of it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't care even a little bit about the cruiserweights right now. I want to. It's disappointing. I want to. But anyhow, yeah, so the first match on the main card was Roman Reigns versus Rusev for the U.S. title.
That's right. And that match I thought was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I hate how they're just putting Reigns in the Cena mold of how he wrestles. I hate that he has to always have the huge dramatic face come back all the time, and I hate that. I don't know. He doesn't sell tiredness. Just like Cena. You know, like from the very first hit, he's dead, and then he still fights the whole match and still wins. I also don't like how ridiculously powerful they made the spear out to be. And he always wins with one spear. It really pissed me off when he was feuding with Styles. When Styles would hit him with two Styles clashes and the forearm a million times, but he would still win with just one spear was all it would take.
Yeah.
And so Rusev, in probably my very favorite spot of the night that I thought was really cool, Reigns used the chain when he put him into Accolade. And it was really cool, but Reigns just powered out of it. Like, it's just silly. Like, he has previously done the Accolade, and Mark Henry couldn't break out of it. Swagger, and all these guys that are shown to be like strong, tough guys. And even with the chain, Roman Reigns was able to power out, Samoan drop on the steps, and then one spear.
No, well, it's fake. It just didn't hurt.
Wrestling is real.
I am so sick of the Roman Reigns match formula, which I don't want this to turn into a Roman Reigns bashing show, because we could do 3 weeks worth of episodes just on that. But I will say, how often does he go for the Superman punch, misses it, reverses like 3 different moves, then gets the Superman punch in anyway, and then, like you said, kick out a finisher, kick out a finisher, kick out a finisher, spear. Like, same formula every single time. He does not deviate even a little bit. It's just boring. Like, we know what's going to happen.
I totally agree. And I think that's one of the main things that's holding Reigns back. We talked about this during the show, but like, I think the fact that he still has the Shield music, still has the Shield stuff, really takes away from who he could be as a character. Like, we're just missing what was better than what we used to have.
Yeah. Yeah, who got excited about the Shield because Roman Reigns was in it, you know? It'd be like when the NWO broke up, you know, Scott Hall still coming out with Wolfpack stuff,
Right.
spray painting people.
This guy has amazing resilience. I don't believe it. He refuses to lose.
So yeah, Reigns wins, no surprise.
Right.
But yeah, it's still, I mean, still better than I was expecting, like you said. Like, it still was fine. It just, same old, same old.
Right. And I'm worried for Rusev. When Rusev is so good. Rusev is so insanely good. He's like, besides Miz, he's basically the only person on the entire roster that gets legitimate, real heel heat like he's supposed to. It's because the fans hate him and want him to lose.
Yep. Yep. It's like heels heel.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm worried about what is left for him without the title and with heels in the main event already. So what was next? Next was the...
Next we got Bayley and Dana Brooke.
Oh yeah, no wonder I couldn't really...
At 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, like, that was a very, very forgettable deal. The whole feud is just ridiculous. I don't know why we need this feud to happen.
I mean, it gives Bayley something to do, but yeah, Dana Brooke is not doing her any favors. Dana Brooke, I defend her so much, but I don't know if I can much longer. She's not real good. She should not be in the main roster right now. The main roster is not where you learn.
Yeah, completely correct.
With the botch that they had on Raw a couple weeks ago, Dana Brooke was supposedly supposed to use ropes for leverage to pin Bayley after she slammed her against the ring post.
Right.
But instead, she was just in the middle of the ring and just got a regular pin on her. Oh, well.
He hit me with one pedigree when I dominated the entire match.
Ah, well, he's a face.
It's hard imitating life. Alright, I'll start another match from the show. So yeah, Dana Brooke and Bayley was really, really forgettable. I mean, it's good that Bayley won. You know,
yeah, thank God.
I would assume the feud is over.
That's got to be it.
But I don't know. I just don't know what that does for either of them.
Yeah, where do? I mean, Dana Brooke can probably just go back to being Charlotte's lackey again for a while, but what does Bayley do now?
Right. Yep, I agree. And it's kind of a mess.
Next is the tag title match, Club versus New Day. Guess who walked out with the titles on this one, folks?
I think.
No, I'm sorry, not the Club versus the New Day. I'm so sorry.
Enzo and...
Club versus Enzo and Cass. I apologize. Even so, spoilers. Guess who walked out with the tag titles later in the night?
I thought Enzo's promos was really good. As I've not been able to watch Raw recently. Like, I've really missed seeing that just because Enzo is so amazing on the mic.
That was a fun promo. Even for him, that was one of his better ones.
Mm-hmm. He's a glutton for punishment.
Short match though. It was barely 6 minutes as well.
Yeah.
And Club takes the win.
And that's good. We talked about they both needed the win, but I agree with what you said last night that the Club needed it more. The realest guys in the room are always gonna have heat, like good heat on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're always gonna be over. Everybody's gonna always like them just because of how good Enzo is on the mic. So they don't really need the victory, but they need to win sometime.
Right. I know it's wins and losses mean something after a while.
Yeah, eventually it's a big deal.
I'm gonna tell you
if you never ever win. But the same can be said of the Club, so I'm glad that they won.
Yep. Next we get the Universal title.
Oh, that's right, yes. So that was the proof that the women were going to main event the show, which was really cool.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was a really good match. I liked how Jericho was able to get into the cell. I thought that was relatively creative.
Yeah. How did he do? They did the...
Well, Owen sprayed the referee in the face.
That's right.
Fire extinguisher. So the referee had to be like helped to the back, and while the door was open, Jericho ran through it.
I'm so glad. I mean, they had to, but I'm glad they found a way to get Jericho involved because he's the only good thing about this feud, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and he's not even in the match.
Right. Yeah. The best part of Raw consistently. He's one of the best parts of the pay-per-view last night. Just his little backstage.
Absolutely. God, this is his best work since he was serious guy in a suit with Shawn Michaels, easily. I'm sad that he's probably going away again in a couple months.
Oh yeah, didn't he say the Fonz is touring again or recording
in spring? Yep.
That's really disappointing. I'll miss him.
They call it Hell in a Cell, and there's certainly something diabolical about it. Can't wait to see what kind
But I thought it was a really good match besides. They had a lot of cool spots. This was the first time I've really thought that they worked well together in the ring.
Yes. Yeah.
Easily their best match.
What can we expect from him in this championship match? Roman Reigns is the defending champion, so it's quite uncomfortable.
And it was pleasantly surprised to see Kevin Owens and Jericho just work well together and were successful.
Yeah, that was the biggest surprise of the match to me, was that neither Jericho Jericho didn't turn on Owens, Owens didn't turn on Jericho, and Triple H had nothing to do with that. It was basically just the story they've been telling on Raw week after week. They didn't really do anything crazy.
I think
you always have to have a big surprise.
I think it's still ridiculous, though, that we have not heard from Triple H once since 2 months ago. It's odd.
Yeah,
it's odd.
I agree.
But even so, yeah, not even a tease of Jericho and Owens splitting like they've been doing the last couple weeks. They're just okay, and that's fine.
They're fine.
So next we get Brian Kendrick and TJ Perkins for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Okay, so this match, again, I think it's so bizarre how they have the Cruiserweights to fight this mat-based.
Yeah.
It's just Catch Can style. Like when, I know what you said at our last review makes sense. That, they're just the best wrestlers. Period. They're not all about high flying anymore. Well, that's fine, but that's what makes them exciting.
Right, it is. Not what we saw. It was a good match, but it was like Greco-Roman, a Greco-Roman clinic.
Yeah. Amateur wrestling. But I was so happy that Kendrick won. I've always loved Brian.
Yep.
Terrifying moments we've ever seen in WWE.
Like, we didn't need to see. I think TJ Perkins needs more work. He of course is good in the ring, but his video game character, I don't know where it came from. They could have given it to anybody, any of the cruiserweights. It would make just as much sense. I'm sure they all play video games. It's just the thing that people do nowadays. Video games are huge. So it's nothing about who he is. Have him be. I remember early on, or maybe during the Cruiserweight Challenge or whatever, he talked about how he really admires Manny Pacquiao. He wants to be that sort of a figure.
Yeah.
For Filipinos. Talk more about that. There are other ways they could go with giving him something so generic and applicable to everybody. It's not even that I dislike the character. I really like the music and all his Titantron and stuff. It's cool, I guess, but give it to Xavier Woods. He's the one that has the damn YouTube.
Right. How ironic is it, though, that TJ Perkins' character is based on a video game, as was his TNA character, Suicide and Manic.
I was trying to get a present when I was signing Rollins, and I couldn't find it. And look Roman Reigns being a heel. Don't cheat.
No, it's WWE. The faces cheat all the time. That's why they're all over. Speaking of faces that cheat, we get Cesaro and Sheamus versus the New Day next.
Disgusting. Just real quick before we move on, though, I like the finish too. That Kendrick appealed to TJ, they suckered him in or whatever. It wasn't exactly unexpected or whatever, but I was still really happy. I thought it was a good finish.
Oh yeah. It was fine.
But anyway,
a pleasant surprise to be sure.
So yeah, Cesaro and Sheamus. So they did the whole
he saw that one coming.
Oh, they're not going to get along thing. But then they communicated great as a team, and then Kofi attacks Sheamus on the outside. Kofi isn't in the match for once. And I called it the DQ. And we both had the same thought that it should be in football where I decline the penalty. And that's fine. I don't want to be disqualified. I want to win the match.
Right. At that exact moment, Cesaro had Xavier Woods tapping out. Ridiculous. It's just they really are they're going to put the titles on New Day until they beat the other record too, and they're just coming up with crazy, ridiculous ways to do it.
And that's fine, whatever. Let him beat the record, but I can't wait just so the division can move on.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. I don't care if there's a record or like it doesn't matter to me. Like it doesn't make me care any more or any less about the New Day. I already am so completely over them. It's been the same old for just month after month after month.
This level of aggression at this point, and the shoulders are down.
And Raw is terrible. I can't wait for SmackDown this week. And Goldberg is on Raw this week. My favorite wrestler of all time. I'm not going to watch it. Like, that's the only part of Raw I'll probably watch this week. No lie. I'm upset. I'm sorry.
No, you're right, though. It's just like everything is just nonsense.
That's cool. I like new stuff.
But all that being said, I still would have thought it was stupid should Cesaro and Sheamus win. Because, like, okay, so after all this time, all the competent tag teams that you've extinguished in this ridiculous 400-day title reign, like, killing the momentum of the club and just destroying the Dudleys.
The Usos, the Dudleys, realest guys in the room, the Vaudevillains, the League of Nations.
Then you're going to lose to two guys who are thrown together and hate each other? Like, it's ridiculous. But if, say, Sheamus and Cesaro don't end up winning the feud, then it's still stupid because, like, so the whole 7 series is productive.
Their 9-year feud, their best of 500 match series.
He doesn't want to do this outside the ring. Well, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
well,
that's what sucks. The New Day situation really does make me so mad, though. And how they cheat week after week, and it's just fine. Nobody cares. Nobody thinks anything of it.
Yeah, why is Mick Foley, the competent man that he is, just fine with it?
Yeah, not without a fight anyway. What do you have to do to keep this guy down?
It's really just stupid.
Measuring his man, he's stalking him, he's ready.
It's weird.
Guy's in trouble. Can barely get to his feet.
So what was after that nonsense?
Yeah, speaking of wacky finishes and ridiculous booking, we got Charlotte versus Sasha Banks in the main event.
The main event. Even though they didn't say, they kept will they, won't they, being all wishy-washy about it on Raw, so it wasn't advertised like it should have been. Like, check out Hell in a Cell for the first ever women's main event. It's like, well, no, it's a triple main event, dog. Everybody's a main eventer.
Everyone. Even Cedric Alexander and Lince Dorado in the pre-show.
Pre-main event, pre-show stopper.
Get out of that. How much more? How much more? We may be looking at the beginning of the
end. So yeah, if everything's the main event wrestling is, and they just didn't bother to make it as special as they could have been, which is really disappointing, and it really shows that they didn't really have faith in it in the first place. But maybe they shouldn't have, because it wasn't that good of a match.
I was telling Jericho earlier, like, it was just a crap show. I mean, it's better than anything the women were doing 2 years ago, but they cannot be held to that standard anymore. They've raised the bar for themselves, and they need to deliver. And this was a pay-per-view main event, and they did not deliver.
Yep, I totally agree.
A lot of botches.
Yeah, a lot of botches. The finish was completely a mess.
Charlotte takes the title again.
It's so ridiculous. Charlotte is unbelievable.
It's not believable at all, because she loses a lot. Like,
but
she can't.
On pay-per-view. Like a 13-0 on pay-per-view.
It's not like she's an unstoppable heel, where it's like, oh, Charlotte won it. Like, it's like she loses a bunch, but still takes the title every time. I don't know. It's just it's year-long title reigns, which is essentially what this is. Just rarely work.
And he fails to connect with
it is like a year-long title reign, and it's just, I'm so sick of seeing her in the main event. Even Sasha, who I love, like I just want something to change.
Same. Sasha's my favorite wrestler right now, still, out of anybody, and I'm tired of this.
We deserve better.
And they're gonna fight again because Sasha gets a rematch. They're gonna fight at least one more time.
It'll be on Raw.
If it's on Raw, Sasha's gonna take the title. I don't know. I actually said in that match, I'll be more upset if this feud continues than if Sasha loses the title. And I was right. I was correct in that in my assessment. Is bad. Is real bad. And I'm disappointed in them for the bad match, and I'm scared that Vince is gonna be like, oh yeah, well I told you so, no more main events.
I don't know where he's finding the strength to stay.
Yeah. That's all right. Well, I told you all along. You shouldn't have put. Girls can't fight.
In the perfect spot. Ouch. Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rescind what I said about this pay-per-view at the beginning, that it was good, and it was horrible, awful.
Yeah.
Some good parts.
Yeah.
But mostly really bad.
Yeah. All in all, extremely disappointing.
But that's Raw.
We used to be happy. We were so happy mere moments ago. But yeah, you're right. That is Raw. That, like, it has so much promise, and so much about it seems like it could really be great and special, and then it just doesn't happen. They just refuse to let it breathe and let it be what it should be. They don't take chances, and when they do, it's just being safe, like the Giselle. Like they didn't promote it to me. And that way, if they fail, people don't care. And if it was a bad match, like it ended up being, then well, we were right. You know, like either way. The powers that be are still correct.
None of the matches even used the cell. It was just glorified decoration.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Not that I want it to be Taker and Mankind from King of the Ring '98, but do something. Use it somehow. Even just have a spot where like Roman Reigns spears Rusev through the fence or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that's easy. Just loosen the fence. That would
all they do is just bang people's faces against it a little bit. It's not... That's tough. One spear, that'll do you. Alright, well that's about all we have to say. Raw disappointing yet again, but I guess we will be back for Survivor Series, possibly. Well, either way, we'll have a Survivor Series review one way or the other. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. This will be the first episode with the new Raw is War Stories intro, and then of course playing on 2K instead of Battlefront now, just was more wrestling themed. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you as always to Iceman for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. We got War Stories on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I got an episode of something coming every single day. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon. How about you? You were full.
And sad.
And sad. Full of sadness.